to Starry-Eyed Tarot. I hope y'all are doing wonderfully today on Monday. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader for the evening. I am just summoning my bot. Oops, no, I didn't want to do that. That meant to do. So all of my donation information can be found pinned at the top of the chat and also throughout the body of the chat. I am your friendly tarot reader for the day. My name is Sophie. I think I've said that like 4 times now. You can also call me Starry if you want. I can answer any questions that you have, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. I answer all sorts of questions, ranging from romance and relationships to friendships, to spiritual questions, questions regarding career, finance, you name it, I've probably asked the question. Any questions you may have in your mind, I can answer for you, so long as they're not medical or legal. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a lawyer, so can't help you there. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If mediumship reading is something that you are indeed interested in, please let me know beforehand, before sending your donation. I've been doing this I've been a psychic medium for many years, but I've been doing this professionally for about 5 years, offering my services professionally in terms of mediumship for about 5 years now. And so it's been a while. I've had many experiences, many readings, but there have been a few where I was not able to get in touch with the person and I had to refund the donation, and I felt so badly, and I don't want that to happen, so that's why I ask you just ask beforehand and I check in and make sure I can indeed contact them, communicate with them. More likely than not, they are able to communicate with me. But sometimes they reincarnate, sometimes they simply don't want to communicate with me, sometimes they can't. But I'd say that's probably maybe a 3 out of 100 chance. But I still always like to check. I know a lot of people who are interested in tarot are interested in the twin flame thing. This is I don't want to call it an anti-twin flame channel, but I don't subscribe to the twin flame theory, but I do absolutely believe in soulmates 100%. I believe in love, absolutely. I believe in divinely ordained partnerships, and I do offer soulmate confirmation reading. If you are interested in what your what your spirit guides have to say about this person in question, and it doesn't have to be romantic. We have soulmates of all different types. We have family members who are soulmates, friends, animals, absolutely, are soulmates of ours. So the soulmate reading I can do in a variety of different ways. I can ask directly. I can ask your angels, your spirit guides directly, like, what are your thoughts on this person in question? Do you give your blessing? is this person supposed to be in this person's life, and what purpose do they serve? Are they there to serve a purpose? That would be to your advantage. I can also ask basically just yes or no, like, do you give your blessing or not, like directly, yes or no. Does great aunt so and so give their blessing? And they'll definitely let you know either yes or no. Our spirit guides do want the very best for us, so they can be a little critical, I will say, but the truth is what sets us free. And if you think about the best things that have happened into your life or in your life, that's when I reflect on the best things that have happened in my life, the best choices that I've made. They've typically been from concerned, or have been derived from concerned loved ones, family members, friends, partners, whatever the case may be. They have your best. Whoever has your best interests in mind will tell you the truth. And that's another thing, is I have your guys' best interests in mind. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. There are definitely some readers out there who will sugarcoat everything. I'm here to tell you the truth. That's it. I say it with kindness. If it is a difficult message to impart that I know is going to be hard to hear, I of course say with kindness, and not just with kindness, but I don't want to toot my own horn, but with wisdom. The wisdom of knowing that you have been set free with the truth, that you are now set onto the right path in life, and that the tides are always changing. The tides are always changing. Just because something is one way today does not mean it's going to be the exact same way tomorrow. That's the wisdom of the water signs. So that is that. Hello Camille, and hello Sebastian. Welcome. So yeah, I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, but I am very kind. I'm not going to say anything in a cruel way, and it will be it's always in your best interest. I always have your best interests in mind. Speaking of relationship readings, I offer some readers consider that, if you ask, what is someone's thoughts and feelings towards me, they'll say, oh, that's 2 questions. I don't consider that 2 questions. I have a spread that I came up with, their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions towards either the TFI reading. And then your general energies in the situation and their general energies in the situation. And we can do this as a mini reading, full or in depth. And it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic. It can be about anyone in your life. It could be about a friend. It could be about a family member. It could be about an animal. I've done the TFI reading for all sorts of characters in people's lives, loved ones in people's lives. Well, not even loved ones. I've also done the TFI reading for people who are questioning, like, what a boss or what their coworkers think about them. So it's just a suggestion, and it's also at no additional donation amount. It's the same amount, just a suggestion for a reading that I offer to folks. I also offer a past life regression. I do past life regression. I've been studying past life regression therapy for many moons, many years, since I was a child. I have been studying it, and I have been regressed. I've had past life regression done to me, and I have regressed others. That is what I do. That's one of the services I offer here. I use it through the modality of tarot. That is my tool that I use, my primary tool, but also my connection with spirit. And we can ask to illuminate any past life of yours, for whatever intent. I used to only ask with the intent of illuminating something that's relevant to your current life's journey. Now I leave it up to you. Whatever type of past life you're looking to explore, for whatever reason, whatever, I'm more than happy to illustrate that for you, or illustrate it to you verbally with the vision that I'm getting. It's funny, I was watching a YouTuber I really like the other day, and she's a very person, she's hilarious, but she was giving some crap to, I'm sure if y'all are watching this, you're probably familiar with the community of people online who believe that they are aliens, that their souls are derived from aliens, and we're not talking Scientologists. We're talking about like the Palladians, there's a whole bunch of the Lumerians that live up in the mountain Shasta. Apparently they live in the volcano that is Mount Shasta. People believe this stuff, and I'm not knocking anyone who believes that kind of stuff. I do not. But, you know, no tea, no shade if you do believe that. However, she was talking, that was the subject of her video, and on that subject, she brought up past life regression readings and passion in general, which is not a super oomby-goomby topic. First of all, past lives, the idea, the notion of past lives is it's Eastern European. It's Eastern religion, Eastern European. It's Eastern religions, ancient Eastern religion. This isn't just something that somebody came up with recently, and it hasn't been part of the like woo-woo community for an extremely long time. When my parents got into it, it definitely was not of that ilk. It was actually within the psychology realm. Helen Wambach, the woman who I aspire to, she was a psychiatrist, and she got into past life regression. She discovered it. I believe she discovered it. Maybe somebody else did at some other point, but she wrote a book about it, and many books about it, and had a practice here in San Francisco for quite some time, I believe, until she passed. So it was really seen as more of a science for a while, and now it's kind of seen as more woo-woo. Back to the YouTuber, long story short, she was making fun of past life readers, and she's like, isn't it funny how whenever you get a past life reading, you always had some amazing, fascinating life in which you were a queen, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you haven't gotten a reading from me, have you? I can't tell you how many past life readings I've given. Yes, I have given some fabulous past life readings. Absolutely. There's a few that I'm thinking of right now, but that's what I'm saying. They're fascinating in their own way, but most lives we are normal, so to speak, people. We have our responsibilities, we have our families, we have our loved ones. We are not going to be a queen or a prince in every past life. In fact, I don't think I've ever done a reading for anyone where they were actually of some type of royal family or gentry. Yeah, I have not, but maybe that will come in the future. But that's not what they're there for. That's not what past life regression is there for. It's not to be told that you were a princess or a prince in a past life. If you were, that's great, and that's something you need to be told. But sometimes I have to say, you know, the last life that you lived in was very, very challenging, or you didn't live to be too long, you didn't live too long, or you were taking care of people who weren't your own family. I've definitely had to give some past life readings that made people realize just how grateful they should be for everything's life. And I'm not just talking about physical, like material things or money, anything like that. Like the ability to use our bodies, our human bodies. I mean, I've had, like, in past lives, they didn't have a left finger, or like a right ring finger, or they didn't, they weren't able to use their legs, or whatever the case may be. I've had to tell people that. And so no, the idea of getting a past life reading is like, oh, I want to be told I was a princess. I don't think you're at the right place, but I also don't think that anybody watching this is thinking that at the same time. I think that funny YouTuber was just a little ignorant. But they are very fascinating. Like I said, I've never given a past life reading that wasn't absolutely fascinating, and that didn't resonate with the queer in some way. I also offer private readings offline. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them over Zoom by appointment, and it's just me and you over Zoom, just talking, my voice, your voice, my face, my cards, like my usual setup. This is not my normal setup. I'll be back to that tomorrow. But yeah, it's just you and me one-on-one. You can give me all the backstory you need. I mean, I recommend private readings, honestly, for everybody. It allows both of us to get to the bottom of things as effectively as possible. I definitely recommend it for anybody who's going through something that's particularly complex or multifaceted in terms of questions. If there's a, if it's not just, if it's, and I often get this, I'll have clients that come to me with one question, but it's 8. It's a whole thing. Does this person want this? Why are they doing this? Blah blah blah. And it's really much more than one question. That's when I really recommend either just buying more questions or just getting a private reading from me. That way we can just answer all those questions, get to the bottom of everything. You can tell me all the backstory. You can give me all of the additional information I need to just fill in the blanks where there are blanks. They do show up. It's what tarot reading is. It's a puzzle piece. It's a puzzle reading. I'm putting together a puzzle. And there are some spaces where I will have missing pieces, and it's oftentimes you guys are the most helpful in me getting to that conclusion. I wasn't planning on going live tonight. This was kind of a last minute thing. I had something else I was supposed to do, and it didn't go through. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on for tonight. But we shall see. Yeah, and today we are using, again, because I am here, we are using the Little Twin Stars Tarot. Very, very cute. And interestingly enough, the cover is one of my favorite cards in the deck, the Fool, which is the first card in the entire deck. And I always say that the Fool is a wise man, and that happened to be the card that was on the top of my deck today. So isn't that funny? Ha 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 ha. This right here. Okay. So yeah. If will be next, I will read you. You will be read immediately because there is no queue right now. One sec. Hi, Teresa. How are you doing, love? Good to see you. Now that's odd. It won't let me. Okay. Oh, there we go. There it is. Perfect. Oh my God, Jewel, how are you doing, sweet angel? I have been thinking about you. I've been like, I haven't, because I haven't seen you in hell days. How are you doing, sweetheart? Flip this around so you can see my face. Hi, good to see you. I am over at my parents' house. I'm leaving tonight. I was gonna leave earlier today, but there was a kerfuffle in my life and work, so I'm staying a little later. I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm okay. Yeah, my mom got her second hip replacement. She's doing so much better than the first one, which I kind of felt that was going to be the case because, you know, been there, done that. She knew what to anticipate. Yeah, no, she's doing great. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm moving soon, so that's happening. There's been a lot of changes. Changes. I'm starting my conversion classes in September. It's exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you, love. Yeah, she's doing great. She's doing wonderfully. Like last time she got her, the first one she had done, she was on her like at least the first. Oh, to Judaism. I'm not fully converted, even though I go to temple and everything. I'm doing like a full official conversion, like, and I'm gonna have it too at the age of 40. And the theme's gonna be 1998, because you get your bat mitzvah when you're 12, 13 bar mitzvah when you're a boy. So I was 12. I turned 12 in night. So the theme's gonna be 1998. I don't know. That's not why I'm converting. I'm not converting just to have a bat mitzvah, but that it's just to be more official, essentially. So I'm very, very excited. There's a lot I need to learn. I wasn't born Jewish, so there's a lot I need to learn. I do know a lot. Hey, Miss Mahogany. 0. There are 0 people currently on the list. Yes, yeah, Miss. Yeah. So if you make a donation, Miss Mahogany, you will be next. You will be next, girlfriend. Something wonderful. Thank you so much, Mahogany. Yeah, it's something I talk about sometimes. Sometimes I don't talk about too much. I have gotten, you know what? I've only gotten crap from like, and they can get away with it type of person, you know? They're just playing around, I'm sure. I hope. But it is something that I've wanted to officially do for a while. And nothing was holding me back other than I hadn't the right temple for me. And now that I have, I'm converting with them. And it's wonderful because I'm going to be connected personally with a rabbi. Thank you so much, Mahogany. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, I can, because, yeah, I mean, rabbis are, they offer, like, at least mine offer, like, rabbinical, like counseling services, kind of like a therapist, but you know, with you know, faith-based, and that's, yeah, there's a whole number of reasons why it's taken me 7 years to finally do this, but I have considered myself a Jewish woman for 7 years now. I had the vision. I always felt drawn to Judaism. At least most of my friends were Jewish when I was a kid, and a lot of my boys are Jewish. So I was familiar with the culture. And then I had a vision when I was like 27, 28, that I was part of the tribe. And I went to Israel, and that was when I knew. I was just like, this isn't even a question. Why doesn't O show effort towards me? What is O's sign? And Mahogany, what is your sign again? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards Mahogany? I really feel that he likes me, but I don't know, another part of me can't help but notice his efforts is not there, and I also mentioned it to him. Okay, how long has it been that you've been talking? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards mahogany? He is an Aquarius and you're a Leo. Also, everything is still new, but yeah. Okay, Aquarius and Leo. Good for me to know. So he's the Aquarius, you're a Leo. You know I'm an Aquarius. I think you do. I don't know, maybe you forgot. I've dated more Leos than any other sign. So I know the Aquarius-Leo dynamic very well. And this is new. Okay, angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why isn't O showing mahogany enough effort? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards mahogany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why doesn't O show effort towards mahogany? And you say it's new. We talking like a few months new,